Hey girl, welcome back to another episode of Rock That Fitness with Anna Rockstar. Welcome back. How you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Um, Big shout out to those of you who continue to listen week after week to our podcast episode, our podcast episode. It's ours. I just really appreciate your dedication, your loyalty to listening. Thank you. And welcome to the show if you're new here and this is maybe one of your first episodes watching. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. In today's episode, really today, I am going to be talking to you if you are the woman that is struggling with your fat loss, you have tried all the things and you're still frustrated. You've tried it all. You've tried all the diets, all the trendy things, you're working out and you haven't ever joined Rock That Fitness. You haven't jumped all in to see what it's really like to be swimming here with us in Rock That Fitness, or strength training, I should say. But anyway, that's what I'm going to talk about today. So, yeah, let's dive in. In this episode, here's the things I'm going to go over. And I just am really going to be speaking very candidly from my heart. Well, like I always speak from my heart, but I've got some notes, I do my notes because I want to make sure that I don't forget something very important that I want to say. And speaking off the cuff, I could just ramble on forever, especially as passionate as I am about this topic when it comes to you working so hard you want to lose weight, you want to lose fat, you're frustrated, maybe your health is failing you, and you're also dealing with all the emotions um, involved with that, and there are, and that's a real thing. So I'm going to talk about these kind of things today. And if you know me, maybe you don't know me. I am speaking from a place of experience. So it's not like I've been healthy and fit my whole life and like I'm going to tell you how to live now. No, it's like this is me. I'm 53. I have been maintaining a healthy fit physique for well over 6 years now. I really got serious about my health and my fitness when I was 46. So like I say, I really want to speak from my heart to your heart. If you're a woman that you really are frustrated, and I'm going to be very candid and very honest, but it's going to come from a place of love and understanding. Like I said, I understand because I was there. Believe me, I have struggled with the diets. I have struggled with the ups and downs, the losing weight, gaining weight, and never ever, even though I may have reached some weight loss or got to lose some inches and get down in some other sizes, I was never happy for most of my adult life. I was not happy with my body. And it never reached some kind of ideal happy weight. And if you don't listen to me, this is your first time, I want to tell you right now, there's a huge distinction between weight loss and fat loss. And I talk a lot about that. And I'm always going to be bringing this up because too many women focused too much on weight loss and the darn scale. Can we just throw the scale away? Like, can we just do that? I'm so sick and tired. I think I've just gotten to this point where I can't stand the scale anymore. And it does have a place in our in our program, in measuring. It has its place, but it just is low on the priority. Is like low on the list. Okay. But like I say, I lost over 60 pounds, but I lost 60 pounds of fat. And I got strong and fit. And so it's hard to say, well, how much weight did you lose and how much did you gain back? Because I guarantee you I've gained at least 10, maybe 12 pounds of muscle since like all these years, right? And I've been maintaining a healthy, strong, fit physique. So I kind of feel like maybe I might be, qualified to talk about this. I don't need to give you my credentials, but if you're new here, I am a nurse. I don't practice as a nurse anymore, but I want to be on the prevention side rather than, treatment side. And I really was frustrated with that. So that's why, I'm over here. I'm over here with my passion to help you reach your best, healthiest, strongest version of you. It doesn't matter your age. There's room for improvement for all of us. So I digress. Let's get into this. My topic today is all about you. If you're a woman over 40 and you've been struggling with fat loss, and it's not because you haven't been trying, it's because you're making some key mistakes that I'm going to cover today in this episode. Key mistakes that like most women make. You're not alone. And it's holding you back from the success that it's holding you back from the success that you deserve. I know you want it. I know you need it, but you deserve it. Can we just own that? You deserve the success. Okay. And why does it matter? Because this goes beyond your size of your body. This goes beyond the scale, because what really matters, and at the end of the day, what really matters is your physical health and your mental and your emotional health, right? Because if we can get our mental and our emotional and our physical health in check, then we're going to be healthy overall. And the fat loss is going to be something that's just going to be a byproduct. It's going to happen naturally because our mind is in the right place, because we're thinking about ourselves in a way that is healthy and productive and moving us forward towards the success that we really want and deserve. So today, my goal in this episode is I want to break down the biggest mistakes that women are making when they're trying to lose fat. And I'm also going to talk about the emotional toll that it takes on you. And I want to share what I believe and what I know based on research, based on science. She blinded me with science. Yes, I had to say that. The long-term approach. Okay. That's what I'm going to talk about. What really is going to get you what you want, what you deserve, is the long term, the long game. And if you're not playing with strategy in this game, how can you expect to win? And I want you to win, girl. I want you to win. I want you to win. You want to win? Let's win this long game. Okay. This is going to be so kickback, girl. I'm going to take a moment, just to do a little swiggy swig of my Topo Chico. What flavor am I drinking today? Twist and grapefruit. What flavor is twist? Oh, twist of grapefruit. Let's read this very tiny font that's all fancy. Let's mute this so I can take a chug. Hold on. Thank you. If you're watching me on YouTube, you saw me taking a swiggy of my Topo Chico. All right, that was delicious. That was good. Topo Chico, by the way, it is by far one of the best, okay, soda waters, mineral, whatever you want to call this, club soda. What do you call these anyways? What is this? Y'all, you know me, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Carbonated mineral water. Tastes delicious. Okay. Really, the long-term approach is the approach to take. It's the approach to take with support, and I believe it is truly the only solution. The long-term approach to your fat loss, your health, your fitness, the long-term approach, along with support, the support that we all need, that is, in my opinion, what I believe is the only solution. There's a lot of things out there, right? It gets confusing and it's cluttery. It's cluttering our mind. All these messages coming in from all over the place. Social media and TV and your friends and all the people talking around you, girl. Listen, Linda, listen. There's only one solution, and it's the long game. And I'm going to get a little huffy about this because I get really frustrated. There's like a holy anger that comes out of me. Like, I get so frustrated and like angry because there are so many influencers out there that are confusing you and giving you messages and telling you to buy this and buy that. And this is what you need, making you feel like you're the problem and you're broken and you need this thing and this is the solution. But I'm going to tell you the truth because the truth is going to set you free, girl. Let's go. Let's talk about these. These are the topics I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the biggest problem when you is relying on quick fixes. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the emotional struggle that women have. I am going to talk about why the long-term approach is the solution. And I'm also going to talk about how important it is to have community support, to have accountability that you can count on. So those are the 4 things I'm going to talk about, and then I'll wrap it up. So let's get into this, okay? Let's talk about the biggest problem. And the biggest problem is, well, it's one of the biggest problems. There's a lot of problems out there, okay? I'm not going to be like, this is the only problem. This is the biggest problem. This is a big problem, though, and that is quick fix solutions, okay? And we have seen this over and over and over again. And I'm sure, you're scrolling social media, which stop it. Stop scrolling. Just stop. Please stop scrolling on social media. Please, you don't need all that mess. Just be with yourself. Learn the long game approach with me here. Extreme diets, they do not work. Detoxes, they do not work. Okay. Workout programs promising you rapid weight loss, they do not work. Okay. There is no quick fix. There is no diet that has a name on it. Okay. That's going to be the best solution for you. Okay. The best solution for you is something that's going to work for you personally. And this is the long-term approach. Somewhere in here, I will talk about that. But you already know, because if you've been listening, you know I'm talking about science. I'm talking about how the heck can anybody lose fat sustainably, keep it off, and know exactly what their body needs, energy-wise, food-wise, exercise-wise, movement-wise. How can anybody do this without and with no mystery and knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have the answers for your body? How? Because you count calories, because you're tracking the calories, you're tracking things you're learning. I'll talk about that here in just a second. But there is no quick fix. There is no quick fix. There's no shortcuts. It's just like if you want to get from one side of the country to the other side of the country, okay? There's no shortcut. You're going to take a little shortcut. You're not getting there, girl. You've got to get the roadmap. You got to pull it out and you've got to follow it step by step. Nobody gets from New York to LA taking a shortcut. Okay. There's just no way. I digress there. But look, there's things that you're going to have to consider, especially now that you're 40 or over 40. Okay. As we are aging, we're having hormonal shifts. We're definitely having hormonal shifts. There's nothing we can do about that. We're aging. Nothing you can do about that. But there's a lot of things you have control over and you can do something about. But you do need to be aware of the fact that you're aging. And as we're aging, we're having these hormonal shifts. We don't have any control over that. All right. But what you used to maybe do back in your 20s and 30s, that maybe you were able to do this and that, a little magic and voodoo, and you could lose some weight and it's working, you could fit back in your jeans and you lost inches or whatever used to work for you, it ain't working anymore, right? I hear this story all the time. And not only that, you're getting past the age of 40, you're in perimenopause, menopause, past postmenopause, whatever. And now you're seeing, right, that if you haven't been taking proper action for your health and your fitness, you're beginning to have the belly fat, because that is where it's going to accumulate in your abdomen if you are not taking proper actions to counter this. Okay. And so we have these hormonal shifts. And like I've mentioned before, it's that people like to blame this on slowing metabolism. Metabolism is slowing because you're aging. But the fact of the matter is, the real truth is that because you're aging, you're having muscle loss, and probably your lifestyle is causing you to have less physical activity. And that is the reason that you are having difficulty with fat loss and with your metabolism. Okay, so we can take this stuff back. So why do these quick fixes, why do they backfire anyway? Because, well, a lot of women think that well, my friend, she did this diet. It's amazing, and they did these things, and she lost 15 pounds in this short amount of time. And well, here's the thing, okay? Yes, these diets, these quick fixes, these rapid fat loss programs, they're going to promise you fast results. But just like anything in life, girl, like if it's too good to be true, hello, it is too good to be true, because really the fast way is the long way. The fast way, the fastest way to get to your results is the long way. I know it sounds contradictory, but once you get on board with this, you're going to get there faster. You're going to achieve the results that you want, and you're going to maintain them. So, if you've heard this a million times, maybe today's the day that it's going to finally sink in, and you're going to believe the truth that's going to set you free. Okay. How so that's why they backfire, because you initially can lose weight really fast. We all know what that means, right? Because the scale is weighing everything. And sure, you can lose weight fast. Just don't drink water all day. You're going to be hydrated. You're going to lose a couple few pounds on the scale. But no, it's not sustainable. And it doesn't take into account your hormones. It's not taking into account you, your body, your lifestyle, what's going on with you. Okay. That's why it's unsustainable. I want to tell you about myself and my story right now, real quick. If you don't know me, I spent most of my life struggling with my weight. It was always a thing. I felt chubby. I was fat. I had the big booty, the big butt. I was very self-conscious growing up about my legs, my butt, just very, always felt like I was fat. And yeah, I wasn't thin, but I wasn't lean and fit either. Anyway, the point is, I struggled with my weight all my life, and my self confidence, confidence in my body, myself, all the things. I struggled with that. And I did different diets. Well, one of the diets that I did, WW, Weight Watchers. I went back to Weight Watchers several times. I started going to Weight Watchers back when, after I think I had my first child, and I was like, I'm going to go do this because this seems simple. Well, simple isn't always like this isn't really simple, except because they're giving you this program to follow, which following points to me sounds easy. So what I would do is I would do that. I would lose some weight, but I'd never really be able to sustain it. It was always a mystery. Am I going to gain this back again? It's like scary because I don't know what's going on. These points work. And then you just start clinging to this thing that you think works. But does it really work when I got to a point finally, I'll tell you just in a second, but where I realized, like, is this really working if I feel like I have to keep going back? Because I went back multiple times and never did I reach a goal weight. Well, I did reach lifetime, but even lifetime, I wasn't fit and strong and lean. I hit some kind of ridiculous number on a scale, and they're calling this lifetime. I even made sure it was a little bit higher. Like, give me the highest number so I can make sure I can stick to that. These games that these diets play, it's so frustrating. And how sad that I believed that I lived that I felt like I had to cling to that program and go back, and that I was accountable to this ridiculous. And I am going to say it. I might be stepping on toes. And if I'm stepping on your toes and you're getting mad at me and you hate me because I'm not a fan of Weight Watchers, that's okay. I still love you. You don't have to listen. This might not be for you. But I will say this. The last time that I did WW, these are the things that I am happy and grateful about. Number one, it was for me, it was a stepping stool. But look where I've come. Look where I went. Not everybody does what I did. I'm a nurse. So I understood nutrition on a level that most women don't understand. I was asking WW when when I was losing fat, I was getting stronger and fitter. Besides that, side note, I started strength training back in 2017 and 2018. That's the first time that I really implemented a structured strength training program in my life. That was a huge game changer. Who else is doing that in these programs. No, I did that for myself. So I also got serious about my activity level, increasing my physical activity. And I was compensating the energy with making sure I was fueling my body. However, I got to a point where I was questioning, how am I going to maintain my fit physique? This this weight and this fit physique that I had never, because I'm telling you, the whole time I was doing this, I was thinking, there's a fit chick on the inside. I've never seen her before, but we're going to do this until we get there. Until we see her, we're going to do this. And I did. But when I got there, I found it very frustrating that I really didn't know. And I did not want to be tied down. I was like, no, I was asking questions to the leaders of WW. I would go in the little app, connect, and I would contact whoever the reps were. And I'm like, tell me about the protein and the carbs. I was really like, why are we not tracking this in here? I got diverted. Nobody was answering my questions. And then I realized, like, ding, 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 the light's going off. Anna, come on, come on, come on. Wisen up, girl. You don't. They're not telling you, because this is a program where they want people to stay and keep coming back. Why are they going to shed light on the facts? Why are they going to shed light on the science behind everything? They just want to give you points to follow so you stick with them and stay there. I also probably need to give a little side note here to say, kudos, because there are a lot of people that go to WW and it's what they need at the time to shed a lot of fat. And for their health reasons, I'm happy for them. And I'm really glad that that is there for them. But I'm talking about my story. Okay, let's back up and get back on my story. I was fit, strong, healthy. I am a nurse and I know there's science behind this, and I knew what calories were, but I didn't want to track calories. For whatever reason, I had some kind of belief in my mind that it was going to be hard, complicated. I kept putting it off. These beliefs we have are crazy sometimes. Well, it was a crazy one. And these people not answering my questions that were legit about the macros. And then I'm like, now I understand. This is a business. They're in the business of keeping people there. That's why they want you to stay lifetime, because then they still have you there trying to keep your weight at this number. And they know you're not, because you don't know. Whatever. Even if you do, there are a lot of women in there that are lifetime. I've seen them with my own eyes that are not building muscle, getting stronger. They are, for lack of a better word, we like to call it skinny fat. They don't have any muscle. They are at an ideal weight, but they're not healthy, strong, and fit. They're just trying to maintain this weight on the scale. And that's not doing them any favors for their longevity. We need to stay strong, ladies, as we're aging. So my story, I started tracking calories and I started to get wiser about it. Why was I doing this? Because I needed to have an understanding of my energy balance, which is like, if I am out going on a really long bike ride and I'm expending all of this energy, I know I wanted to make sure I was giving my body the nutrients, the energy that it needed back, and not overdoing it, right? Because I've seen that too, especially in the cycling world. A lot of people in these groups that cycling miles and miles, and they're like, yeah, baby, let's go eat some pizza and drink up the beers. And really, they end up, because they're looking at their fitness tracker and they're like, I just burned 1,000 calories. Let's go eat up, right? But anyway, I know better. So I'm like, yeah, I got to get this. I got to have a handle on this, because this is my lifestyle now. I am living a fit lifestyle now. So I am going to understand how many calories my body, under the circumstances, under my genetics, my age, my height, my activity level, what I do. I want to know. And when I know, and I know now, I knew how to maintain my weight because I tracked my calories. And so, yeah, I had to say goodbye to Weight Watchers big time. Even though I had a lot of followers on there that were following me and I was helping along, I was helping, encouraging, motivating, I couldn't stay in that environment and that surrounding and that culture anymore. I was not going to stay in that culture that was focused on weight any longer. And I know they say it's a lifestyle and all this kind of stuff, but nah, it's not for me. The fit lifestyle and understanding what's going on in the scientific world where I have real freedom, where I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. And I have the power to choose and budget my calories based on what's going on in my life and my body. So yeah, I left WW. I remember very clearly leaving a store. I think some people say that I'm still on there and a Rockstar inside of Connect. I've been told my account is still there. So I do have my last recordings in there where I was like, "Hey, I'm leaving, and I will see you on Instagram." I was beginning to become a personal coach, personal trainer. I had in my mind I wanted to start my own online health and fitness business and community to start helping more women do what I was doing. And that was a huge I didn't want to be like trying to get business off of WW. I didn't feel the need. I just figured whoever wants to follow. I'm going over here. Anyway, that's my story. Like, it's a diet. It's called something. It has a name, and it's not really giving you the freedom and understanding that will give you just what you need for the long game. Okay. Cheers. Drinking my Topo Chico again. When that's muted, there should be music that goes. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. We do that whenever I'm at a show. All right, let's get back to it. So what happens with these quick fixes? They tend to backfire because you don't know what the heck is going on. You may reach some kind of weight loss goals, but most women, they're going to gain it back because they don't have an understanding of how they even lost it. Because the fact of the matter is that all diets are operating under a calorie deficit of somehow, some way there's a calorie deficit. I find it so interesting, right? You see these commercials that are like, take these pills, but make sure you eat this much food. It's like, okay, so that's the real secret. So, eat 2 meals a day in the morning, eat lunch and dinner, and then have this shake at night. Duh, like it's a calorie deficit. They're putting you in a calorie deficit. All these diets, all these quick fixes, they're putting you in a calorie deficit. And most of the time, it's in an extreme calorie deficit, which is not sustainable. It's not healthy for your body. You're doing yourself more harm than good, especially your metabolism, and especially over the age of 40. So they end up you've probably been there, right? You've lost some weight and then you end up gaining it and you're even gaining even more back, and it's frustrating. Not only is it frustrating, but then you get mental burnout and you start to believe that something's wrong with you, or like, nothing's going to work for you, or maybe you think you have a slow metabolism, or it's in your genes, like all of the genes, not like the genes you wear, but genetics. And it can be a place of being so frustrated that you don't want to think about it and just kind of brush it under the rug, ignore it. But girl, I want to speak to you heart to heart right now for just a moment, okay? It's not going to go away. And I'm going to be the one that's going to tell you in love that if you are struggling with your weight, it's important for you to get real and honest with yourself, because things are only going to get worse. I don't want to be I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I'm not trying to scare you. I mean, maybe it is going to scare you. I hope it scares you into health and taking care of yourself, but it's not going to go away. It's going to get worse. And I'm not saying you're going to gain more weight, which you could. When I say it's going to get worse, I mean your health is going to continue to decline. So I just want to urge you to take this seriously. No one else can do this for you. and understand there's a lot of support, and I want to share that with you. I know some great supportive communities. I'm going to tell you all about that in a little bit. But anyway, girl, it's not going to go away. Even though maybe you've lost some weight and you've had some success, but now you've gained it back and you're frustrated and you feel very defeated and sad and angry on the inside and hurting, and you don't feel good about yourself because you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, that's not who I am. I understand because I've been there. It's not who you are. It's not who you're meant to be. So don't ignore this any longer. Get honest with yourself and keep being honest with yourself. And let's get on the long game. All right, let's quit with the quick fixes. Quit the quick the quit. It's going to get worse. I don't want it to get worse, and it doesn't have to. Okay, let's focus on the long game. All right, I'm going to move into my second point here. Emotional struggle, which I just basically said, like, you're doing these things, you're losing weight, you're gaining it back, you're gaining more. And now the emotional struggle, the frustration. So you may be feeling like after you've tried countless diets and you're not seeing results, you're not seeing lasting results, that is, and you could be feeling trapped. This is the trapped cycle that most women end up in, is the cycle of starting over. And it's like they never really get on board with, I got to change my lifestyle. I need to have a new lifestyle. We need a new lifestyle, girl. That's what really needs to happen. What's so funny to me is I'm thinking to myself, when it finally clicked for me, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is the most, like, I don't know, like, eye-opening like, why didn't I see this? That so many women, they diet, but then at the end of their diet or the end of reaching some kind of goal, now what? Now what? Go back to the way they were? Go back to the way you were living? Well, then you end up back starting all over again. It's not until it clicks for us and we realize, oh, well, I got to change my lifestyle. I can't just be going diet off diet, diet off diet. Same thing with fitness, right? So many women will be like, oh, I'm going to get back into my workout program, doing the workout for a little while, then they slack off and stop doing it. And then they're like, oh yeah, I got to get back into my workout. I'm ready to get back. Why do we have to keep getting back? If you just stay there in your healthy fit lifestyle, there's no getting back. Now, I'm not saying stay there being perfect, but always making that your lifestyle, part of your lifestyle. So you feel stuck because you're in this cycle, and this is going to wreak havoc on your emotions. It's really dragging you down. It's pulling down your energy, not just physically, but inside of you. Your emotional energy is down, starting over. It feels defeating. But when you learn how to track calories and master your food, the foods that you eat most of the time, okay, then you're going to have real freedom. Then you have real freedom. I already talked about that. So I don't want to, I'm just looking at my notes. So it just brought me back to that. Because when you understand your body and what you need to understand your body, your calorie needs. And when you do, that doesn't mean that life is always perfect. I mean, believe me, I've gone off course several times. Off course doesn't mean like I was bad and I did bad and I gained extra weight. It's not that. It's just that I wasn't quite as mindful. Things were going on, gained some weight. But even then, I have control because I understand what's happening. I understand that I went for weeks eating more portions, more stress in my life, less sleep. Maybe I've been inconsistent with my training program. I was like, okay, I'm still having my fit lifestyle, but I need to get back on the course that's going to keep me where I'd feel my best, where I feel my healthiest and my strongest, right? And that's the power. That is when you understand what your body needs calorically. I mean, so much freedom in that. There is freedom in structure. That's just how nature, that's how the world works. Everything has structure. Even the way nature works, there is structure. Okay. So let's see, where am I at on my notes? So what happens when you do understand calories, right, you know exactly how to correct your course. I know exactly. If I wanted to right now, if I wanted to get leaner, I know exactly what I would need to do. There's no secret. It's not a mystery. I know what I would need to do. Simple. And so do the rock stars in RTF. We all know because that's what we do. We live a healthy, fit lifestyle, and it's based on science. So let's talk about your frustration and your self doubt. Okay. Because if you are constantly doing these things and feeling like a failure because you can't seem to keep the weight off and you feel like you're doing something wrong, or that your body is broken, something's wrong with your body. But that's not the case. Most cases, it's not the case. If you think there's something wrong with your body, your system, your hormones, then please go get the blood work, go do it. Find out what's wrong, what really is wrong. Metabolic panel of labs, sex hormones. But there is a lot more involved that you have so much more control of, okay? And I want you to regain the confidence that you deserve to have, because over time, these repeated quote unquote failures where you lost weight, regained it, lost weight, regained it, and it feels like you can't stick with anything. And I've heard this over and over and over. So many women say, my biggest problem is consistency. I just can't stay consistent. Yeah. But what are you going to be consistent with? If you're going to be consistent, please be consistent with the science, the scientific approach, the long game. Okay. And then you're going to learn that you can actually stick to this long term. And so if you're listening to this and you've attempted, you've kind of dabbled, you kind of put your toe in tracking some calories, but somewhere down the road you just said, and you haven't. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Come back, girl. Come back to your freedom. Come back and learn the skills you need to learn so that you can get the results that you want and maintain them with ease. You see, easy isn't something that is handed to you. Easy is earned. I've heard this so many times, but it's so true. Okay. If you want something to be easy, you've got to put in the reps. Nothing comes easy. It's always going to be what it is. But the more you practice it, the more repetitions you get in it, the better you get at it, right? What is that Jim Rohn says? Don't wish it was easier. Wish that you were better. I love that quote. It's something like that. So yeah, you don't need to feel like you're going to don't lose confidence, because what you're doing, what we want to make sure we're doing is that we're doing the right actions that are going to get us the results that we want. And we know this, and we're doing it consistently, and then you're going to gain back your confidence. So yeah, next point, the guilt and shame. The inability to sustain the fat loss can lead you to feeling guilty, shame, like there's something wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you, girl. This is not, the thing is that it's not about willpower, right? It's about doing something long enough that it becomes an established habit, because your entire life, everything you do day in and day out, girl, is built on habits. Everything. Your brain is programmed, and everything you do all day long, girl, is because of habits that you have had established. And the great news is you can reprogram your mind and establish habits that are going to serve you well. They're going to establish habits that will establish your healthy, fit lifestyle. And we know you cannot do a bunch of habits all at one time. You must establish one habit at a time, because creating a habit, let's face it, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of mental energy. Just one habit. This is why it's good to focus on one habit at a time. Once that habit is established, all that energy focusing on that habit, once that habit has stuck, guess what? You can take all that energy, all of that. I just snort. I did. I never do that. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, you can take all that energy now that habit has stuck. And a habit has stuck whenever you don't have to think about it anymore. It's just happening, second nature. naturally. That's how you know it has stuck. Then you can take all that energy and redirect it into another habit. Be patient with yourself. It takes time. And again, there isn't anything wrong with you. You just have programming that needs to be reprogrammed. Doesn't that feel better than feeling like there's something wrong with you and you're stuck and nothing's ever going to change? Yeah. It feels good to know that it's just the human brain. And you're getting wise to this and you're becoming aware of the facts, the science behind it, the truth that's going to set you free. All right. That's all about the emotional stuff here. Let's talk about the long-term approach and community. Okay. Now play some music. Ding, 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 ding. A little swiggy here of my Topo Chico again. I'm back. Okay. I hope you can just, go with the flow with me. Go with the flow. I want to talk about the power of sustainability. Okay. You need and you deserve the long-term approach that's going to align with your body, your needs. You need a strategy that works for you and your body. If I haven't said it yet, this is the deal. There is no one size fits all. Okay. There's no one size fits all diet or program. If there's a one size fits all, it's the long game approach of approaching your fat loss and your fitness, trying to achieve this body recomposition where you're shedding fat and you're building muscle. I'll tell you what, if there's one size approach, it is the scientific approach. And it is knowing your own personal caloric needs based on your body, your genetics, your age, your activity level, all of those things. That is how you're going to have sustainability. And tracking calories does that. It does that for you. And girl, because calories, I don't want you to be afraid of tracking calories. You're going to hear people like, why don't you don't have to track calories to lose weight. Well, you don't. I mean, I know there's all kinds of ways, three plates, 2 snacks a day. Okay. But what are you putting on that plate, girl? I mean, it matters, right? I want you to have true freedom. Once you go through the school of calories, just like you went through the school of points on WW, I mean, it's a skill to be learned. Once you learn it, you're not destined to be counting calories the rest of your life. You're going to know. You're going to already know most of the foods that you eat and what your body requires. And so once you learn that, girl, true freedom. All right. Strength in consistency. So consistency is the name of the game for the long term, for sustainability. Okay. And fat loss requires consistency. Okay. And I'm not talking about being perfect. I'm talking about consistency and progress. Progress is more important, right? And even slow progress is still progress. It cracks me up. I'm blown away still. I was there too. So, okay. We want fast. You want fast. We want it now, right now. The more you focus on that outcome, the more frustrated you're going to be. Okay. So I want you to focus on being consistent in your daily actions that are going to be aligned with that outcome. And now you can focus on today and the actions that you need to take today to get you there. Okay. And progress, slow progress, is still progress. It amazes me how many women will go through and actually take the steps towards their fat loss with a scientific approach, tracking their calories in a healthy, sustainable calorie deficit. And they get to the end of a 30 days and they'll be like, I only lost 3 pounds. Really? Who cares? Did you really what is that 3 pounds? It could be 3 pounds of fat. That's sustainable. Keep going. You lost. Well, what other progress measures did you take? What's your measurements? How are your clothes feeling? Did you take pictures? What do you look like? Are you seeing something different? I know that if you follow the scientific approach, you're going to have progress and it's going to go beyond the scale. However, even if it is 3 pounds, that is still progress. Let's not be like, only 3 pounds? Come on. That's a lot. That's 36 pounds. in a year, I mean, if you need to lose that, some people only need to lose 20 pounds of fat. Right? Let's clarify the poundage here. All right. Consistency. Too many women are giving up right before they're going to start seeing real results. And I want to say, I want to, applaud you if you got on board, you're tracking your calories, you're into this, you're excited, you believe in it. You ought to believe in it. It's the truth. It will work. It's science. It works. And you're on your track and you're doing great. And 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks, and you're like, I see no progress. I haven't lost any weight on the scale. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Problem. Why are we focused on the scale? Don't do that. And also, you're not going to no one's going to see any real significant progress in just a week, in just 2 weeks. So keep on going. Please keep going. That's all about. This is what I'm saying. If you keep taking action in the areas and the things that you need to do every single day towards your goals, you're going to get progress. You're going to have results. And if you're not having results, then we need to take a really close look at the reasons why, and not just say, well, I've been tracking calories for 4 weeks and I still haven't got any results or lost weight. Okay, let's get real. How consistently have you been tracking your calories? Consistency, that's what we're talking about here. Have you been 20% consistency? Have you been 90%? Have you been accurately tracking? That's a skill also. Give yourself time. And let's look at getting better at what we're doing. What did work? What is doing? Were you consistent at tracking? We need to like celebrate the wins of the actions we're taking rather than the outcome. Like, at the end of the day, I'm celebrating the fact that I tracked all of my food, everything. I know I tracked everything by weighing everything in grams, checking my labels. I know I was accurate today. That's a win. That is a win. I want you to be winning every day in this area. Every day. Did you go over your calories a little bit? Fine. Did you track it all? That's what matters, because you're going to have data that you're going to be able to look back on and improve your process for your body. That's what I'm talking about for consistency. Okay. Too many women are just giving up, but they're giving up because they're not going to take the time to evaluate data. First of all, they don't even take the time to create the data. They're not tracking any of the data accurately. And y'all, look, science is all about data. The numbers are your friends. You can take the data and do something with it, but you can't measure what's not tracked, right? I mean, you can't manage what's not measured. No managing what's not measured. All right. So, where am I at? Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep on going. The minute you give up, like, yeah, that's failure, but you cannot fail if you don't quit. So don't quit. Keep going. You're still learning. You're still learning about your mindset, the way you think, the little mind games you've been playing with yourself, how consistently you've been, how accurate you've been. Like, you got to keep on going, because all of this is part of your journey. You're learning about yourself, and that's all part of the journey. Your mind, your mindset, and creating these new habits and behaviors, it's all part of it. It's actually the biggest part. So don't quit. All right. Because if you just allow circumstances in your life, things that happen, you're like, oh, well, I'm having this crisis and this is going on, I can't focus on it. Well, get right back to it as quickly as you can. Don't make that an excuse, because if you're making the circumstances in your life an excuse, it's just a way out. It's just a way out of it. But let me ask you this. Is it really a way out so you can be free? Or are you putting yourself back in a prison? I know I have to be the bearer, but I'm giving you the truth because I love you and I don't want you to feel in that prison again. So if you are there and you're making excuses, notice it. Notice the excuses and just get back. Get back. Not being perfect, just get back to being honest with yourself. The moment you turn around and take action is the moment you're going to feel great. Because if you want to feel good about yourself, you're going to be taking the actions. And progress makes us happy. And just taking proper action is progress. Make yourself happy. Get out of the prison. Don't put yourself back in the prison by giving yourself excuses, because giving yourself excuses is not really a way out. It's a way out of the freedom that you deserve. Okay? Don't a way out and like get in prison again. I know I'm repeating myself. All right, take a swiggy swig. Water, here we go. I didn't mute that time. And it's important to have a supportive community. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a second, because we all need accountability, motivation, even though motivation doesn't stick around. Okay. It comes and goes. We need discipline. But it is easier to stay on track when we have others in our lives that are cheering us on. But I want you to become your own best cheerleader, because people are not always around to cheer us on. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever had a time when like everything is going down, right? And the people, let's say you have 2 or 3 people that you tend to count on for that motivation, that support system, that encouragement. And one of them is going through their own really hard time, so you don't want to bother them. One of them is like on vacation, don't want to bother them. That one of them is really busy because they're working on a project and they're at work, whatever, right? There are times when nobody's there for you. This is why you, girl, got to be your own best friend. And in those times, I want you to give yourself grace and remind yourself you don't have to be perfect. You just got to kind of, relax into the emotions, feel them, what's going on. You don't need anybody. You are your best friend, your best cheerleader on the inside. And from there, okay, those people are going to come around to encourage you and motivate you again. But this is a test. I really believe this is a test in your life for you to trust yourself. Okay. You can learn to trust yourself in these moments. I don't know why I said that, but I did. I said what I said. It wasn't on my notes. Okay. We're going to go into, coaches. We all need coaches in some way in our life. Nothing great happens just by yourself. We all need coaching in some way, coaching, mentorship, guidance. You didn't get to wherever you are, whatever accomplishments you've ever had that are like great achievements. Girl, nobody gets there without somebody else or community and coaches to be there for you, right? Because like you aren't like, I don't know where you're at, but if you don't have a training, you're not certified in nutrition, you're not certified in personal training and strength training, you're not certified in these areas, nobody expects you to know this stuff. This is why coaches are there for you, to help you, guide you, give you the things that you need, and then be coachable. Oh my goodness. That's a whole nother story. I don't need to get, that's a whole nother topic. I'm not going to go there. But a coach can give you customized advice. I'm going to put a plug in. We do have one-on-one coaching in RTF. And you don't have to be a member of RTF to get one-on-one coaching. Rockthatfitness.com. Go there. Go see how to work with us. That's one option. But avoid this mistake. Like, you're not going to do this on your own. If you've been doing this on your own and you're still struggling and you're stuck, how's that going for you? When are you going to give yourself what you deserve? Get a coach. Upgrade, level up, go next level, rockstar woman. Get yourself a coach. You deserve a coach. I have coaching in business. I've had coaching in all kinds of things, because if I want to learn something and I want something, you want the fast track, get a coach. You might be able to get there somewhere, get some results, but you want to get faster at something, get a coach. You want to get there faster because they're going to give you customized coaching, customized programming for you, exactly what you need, what your body needs. Okay. And also a coaching coach is going to help you with your mindset. Hopefully you have a coach that does that. If you have a coach that's just giving you, your food, giving you, here's your food plan, here's your workouts, and they're not there for you and helping you with your mindset, with the way that you think, and helping you establish habits, so this becomes a lifelong great thing for you long term. If you don't have a coach that's doing that for you, girl, you need to go fire that coach. That coach isn't helping you. Okay. You're just throwing your money away. I mean, unless that's what you want, you just want the food plan and you want to follow that. That's not freedom. That's not long term. That's not sustainable. That was fun. I don't know why, but it was. Um, so you want a coach that's going to help you with your sustainable fat loss, not rapid weight loss, and help you establish exactly what you need to do for your body, customized, and establish those habits that are going to keep you going long term. All right, that's what all that stuff was all about. Like, what was that about? That was about the long term approach, calories, staying consistent. And yeah, having a coach can be part of that to help you. But now I want to talk about community. I'm going to try not to make this very long, but nobody expects you to go it alone. This is a very interesting thing. I've seen this of course many times, where we'll have a client that they learn some things, and then they say, you know what, I've got this now, thank you for that. And I never try to keep somebody around if they feel like they've got it. I mean, the goal really is, right, I hope and I pray that I can coach people to a place where they do have they've got freedom. They know what they need for that's what I want for you. But I will tell you right now, there's a lot of women that they get some skills, get some tools, get some basic understanding, and they go at it alone. But they still struggle because they don't have the skills established, and now they don't have habits established. They don't have community support. I mean, we're in the real world. Not like that Rock That Fitness is not the real world. It is. But out there, think about it. Your family, the people you're closest to, your friends, your coworkers, most people are surrounded with people who are not focused on encouraging you, motivating you, keeping you on track, helping you, right? Inspiring you and helping you stay on track. And that's why community is so powerful. So very powerful. I can't even speak enough of it. I love community. I love creating communities not because you know, I gain something from creating a community, like a community on Instagram, a community on Facebook, a community Rock That Fitness. I gain a lot from it. I just believe in it. I gain something from it. I love to create community because there is power, there is strength in numbers. And yeah, even though I pour myself into the community, I get so much more. Really, like, receiving is in the giving. But community is very powerful, and I know this for a fact. I'm a part of several networking groups. I'm a part of some small group coaching groups having to do with business and networking, because I mean, I didn't get a business degree. It's laughable. I'm running a business. How does anybody expect me to run a business if I don't get training and certified in community support and coaching and mentorship in business? I need that too. So I'm, wise enough to seek counsel. Seeking counsel is wise. So going at it alone, no one does great things alone. You weren't intended to do it alone. I know you feel like you can and you think you can, but that's your ego just getting in the way. Girl, we need to, let's pat that ego down. Let's get humble, because the moment you humble yourself and seek the help that you need and get vulnerable and become coachable, boom, that is where your power is going to come, because now you're open. You can't receive, right? If you come here with a full cup, coach me, please fill my cup. Well, let me see your cup, and your cup is full. I can't coach that. You cannot do anything on your own if you think you have it all figured out. If you are not coachable, you think you already have it down, and you're going alone. Another one, probably stepping on your toes. You're not doing it alone. Nobody does it alone. Nobody. There's community. There's got to have some community, some mentorship, something, some way. Nobody does this alone. Of course. Of course, I'm going to put a plug in for RTF. I mean, yes, the best community online for women, fitness, health and fitness women. Don't do it alone. Get some community support, and you can find community support in Rock That Fitness. Join the next Kickstart challenge. Go get on the list. There's links in the show notes. You can join whatever next challenge. Just do it. Don't even hesitate. Stop right now. Pause this. Go to the show notes and go get on a list. Put yourself on the hook. Okay. All right. Let's get on. So it's important. You want to have accountability. You want real accountability. Speaking of accountability, can we take a moment here and talk about accountability for just a second? Accountability doesn't mean like you get somebody that's going to be contacting you all the time. Hey, did you track your food? Hey, did you get your workout in? That is not real accountability, girl. Let's grow up. Let's grow up. Real accountability is when you're holding yourself accountable. Now, you can have an accountability partner that says, I'll be there for you, and they might check in on you from time to time. That's fine. But you are the one that says, I need accountability. So I'm going to come to you and I'm going to tell you at this day, this time, what I have done for the day. That is accountability. You're going to be accountable to somebody. You show up to them and say, this is what I've done. That's what coaches do. Like, we're not going to make you do it. We're going to give you the tools. We're going to give you the guidance, but it's up to you to do it. Okay. You got to come check in. This is your check-in time. Okay. We do this in Rock That Fitness. We have check-ins on Monday. You want accountability? Check in, girl. Check in. Find a community and check in. Come on, join us in Rock That Fitness. The only way to really, but if you want to be a member of Rock That Fitness, the best way to do that is to join one of the next challenges, because that's the gateway into the amazing membership of Rock That Fitness. Join one of the challenges. If we're not in the middle of a launch, you could, if we don't have anything going on, you could put in an application to join. You can go to the rockthatfitness.com and you can go put in an application for Rock That Fitness, but that's not guaranteed to get you in because you have to be a great fit. And I am very protective of not just the community of Rock That Fitness, but of you. I want to make sure you get the right start. I don't let just anybody come in here. I don't want you to get lost in a community of this. I want you to have the steps. And that's what we do with the Kickstart Challenge. We walk you step by step to give you a great foundation to enter in and get on with it. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, get in there. Go get yourself accountable by getting on a list of Kickstart Challenge or whatever. We're in the middle of Jumpstart Challenge happening right now. That's really cool. First time ever. I don't know when this episode is going to drop, so who knows? Maybe, I don't know. I'm recording this in advance, so whenever this drops, maybe Jumpstart is in the middle of it. Maybe it's past. I don't know. I'm just mentioning it because I'm excited about it. It's the first time we did it. Next thing, I want to talk about you doing a long-term investment in yourself, okay? Because fat loss is not about just shedding pounds, right? It's about taking control of your health, increasing your strength, building your confidence. And this is going to carry over into all aspects of your life, like a program like Rock That Fitness. It's not a quick fix. We're not a quick fix program. If that's what you're looking for, then that's not what we are. So we care about your long-term results and your fitness and your health. So, this is something I don't talk a lot about, but I think I'm going to start talking more about this, investing in yourself, investing. The question becomes sometimes, well, how much does it cost? And then the question I want to ask is, like, what's it costing you not to invest in yourself? Because the money that you choose to put into something, it's just an energy exchange, right? Um, you're paying for what? You're not just paying for a program. I hope that it's an investment that you're making in your personal transformation, your physical and mental, emotional transformation. That's what we're in the business of, girl. I'm not in the business of making a lot of money. I can do a lot. I can make more money doing something completely different. I'm in the business of transformation. I want to see you get your transformation. And that does require that you choose to make an investment in yourself. And so if you don't want to put some money on the line to invest in your health and your fitness and your long-term goals, you don't want to do that because you think it costs too much. What's it costing you to not do it? It's costing you your sanity, how you feel about yourself. It's costing you your health. And then later down the road, it's costing you health care because you're sick. You've got this and that, and you're not strong. You're just declining because we're aging, girl. We don't have a choice. We are aging, but you have a choice. You have a choice to invest in yourself. Okay. Do yourself that. Invest in yourself. Invest in getting a coach to help you, whatever it takes. Invest in yourself because there's a cost either way. It's either going to cost you to invest in yourself, your health, and your fitness, Or it's going to cost you all this other stuff. Okay. I don't think we talk enough about that. And I probably should talk more about it because I care. And this is like the facts. It's the truth. So prioritize yourself. This is the bottom line. You making yourself a priority. You deciding that you do matter and you do matter and your life matters. And you might be saying, but I got to take care of everybody else. Well, guess what? You're not taking care of everybody else when you're not taking care of you. Because at some point, everybody's going to be taking care of you because you didn't take care of you. And let's just be honest, when you're taking care of you and you're making yourself a priority, you're a better person for it. You're going to show up better. You're going to show up better for those people that you love, and you're going to be able to serve them with your own, health, strength, vitality, and stamina. You'll be showing up as the best version of yourself. And that is going to serve those people that you love better than you showing up tired, fatigued, sick, all these things. Just keeping it real, girl. Just keeping it real. You have a choice. You can live and get stronger, healthier, fitter right now. Don't let this time pass you by. You're probably listening to this for a reason. There's a reason why you're listening to this podcast episode today. Because it's time to make yourself a priority. It's time for you to start living the way that you deserve, to become the woman, the rock star, healthy, strong, fit woman that you are meant to be, to live your best version of you, whatever that looks like for you. We're not comparing you to anybody else. You're the only you. You, however you are, to embrace and love yourself right now and start improving your health and your fitness for yourself. So that's going to bring you dividends. That investing in yourself, your health and your fitness, think about all the benefits of that, right? What happens if you don't invest in yourself? Remember, there's a cost. We're going to be paying the cost the other way. We're not going to like that. It's not a pretty side. I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on you getting what you deserve by investing in yourself, putting yourself as a priority. All right. So we've covered these things today. This was a big, long episode. I didn't expect to be this long. I'm really happy that I took the time for this. I hope that you've enjoyed it. We went over this stuff. I want to just reiterate, please, there are no quick fixes. There are no quick fixes. And all these things are going to cause you to be in a cycle of starting over again. And I'm talking even these things that they're selling you greens, or like, all of the nutrients you need right here in these pills. You can see I'm holding up Tic Tacs. This bottle of pills is going to give you all of the things that your body isn't doing for you anymore. And I'm not talking about getting supplements like HRT. I'm talking about just supplements. All of the health industry is trying to sell you something you don't need. Girl, don't waste your money on that. Invest in the long game. Okay. I am going to say it. I have seen it. There's these MLMs, right? Multi-level marketing groups out there trying to sell you something that you don't need. You need to just get honest with yourself and get off the quick fixes and all the junk. You don't need it. You don't need that. It's not sustainable. Okay. We're doing a recap because I'm trying to close up here. And the emotional struggle. You're going to continue to struggle emotionally and mentally, and you don't need that, girl. You're meant for more. Okay. We need to start breaking down all of the limiting beliefs that are keeping you from your best, healthiest, fit life. There are belief systems happening in your brain, in your mind. Your subconscious mind is what is driving your choices. And you deserve better. Let's get ourselves in a place where we can be proud of the actions we're taking. That's the emotional side of things. Okay. Yeah. And get yourself engaged in consistency with the long game, the science behind it all. Okay. You want real freedom. You want the truth. Okay. The truth is understanding and tracking your calories, getting in the gym, building some muscle to boost your metabolism. Get strong, girl. You're getting weaker. If you're not getting stronger, you're getting weaker. Okay. It's time to build some muscle. Let's pick up some heavy stuff and let's do this. Repeat. Stay consistent. This is all about the long game. So when you get sick and tired of playing this game, of this cycle over and over, okay, it's time to get on to the long game, and let's put the strategies in place to win the long game. Okay. You can do the long game, and it can be longer if you don't do the right strategies. So the long game, and then get yourself inside of some community support, get coachable, be a part of other women that are doing the same things, right? For themselves. Like, it's not a cookie cutter program, but we're all taking the same approach for ourselves. But get in that community of support of like-minded women, because we don't have that in our everyday life. It's hard to find, especially over the age of 40. Have you found that? It's hard to find. So yeah, come on, girl, bring it on. Bring it on. Join us inside of RTF. You will love it. You will love it. You'll be surrounded with other women that are ready and committed, and they do the thing and they're getting results. And it just feels so dang good, so powerful. Posting inside of RTF your wins, sharing the motivation that's in there. It is just beyond. This is beyond. So get in the right community, get coachable, get a coach, do the long game. We want to do something that's sustainable so that you can keep on living your whole life without the mystery of some silly, program that's not giving you the ultimate healthy, fit lifestyle that you deserve. I know I went long today, but I'm passionate about this. And I really do hope that if that's you and you've been struggling with fat loss and you are done with the games and you're done with the games you've been playing with yourself, make a commitment to do it differently. Not to do it perfectly, but to do it differently. You deserve that, girl. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me on this. Check out the show notes. I'm sure there's a challenge in there, something you can do um, to make your life better. All right. Get on one of those challenge lists, and we'll see you. We'll see you inside of the next Kickstart challenge, whatever RTF challenge there is. And I'll see you on social media. Send me a message if you got this, if you watched this episode or you listened to it. Would love to shout you out maybe on the next episode or whatever. I can shout you out. Yeah, tag me. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. RTF team at Rock That Fitness. You can email me there, RTF team at Rock That Fitness, or just find me in the messages of Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. Yes, I do play games over there on TikTok. I'm hanging out over there too. So, all right, girl, love you so much. Right? Self-care, self-love, all day, every day, in all the ways. Okay? Stay strong and rock on.